We are not going to see Drew McIntyre against CM Punk at SummerSlam? I don't think so, and I'm about to tell you why. But before I get into that, my name is Rob, the Wrestling Old Head. You have entered the portal of pro wrestling all the time. Welcome. Now let's talk about it. I don't believe we're going to be seeing the first ever singles match between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk at SummerSlam in Cleveland, Ohio. And I'm going to tell you why, because I feel like them adding Seth Rollins into this story, we're gearing up for a triple threat match. And I believe that's a very smart way of continuing the story between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre and adding in someone that has played a pivotal role in this story as well in Seth friggin' Rollins. Now, it's going to take a lot of patience to understand why they're doing this. This storyline between Punk and McIntyre is the feud of the year. And I've been saying that since March, and we haven't even had a singles match yet. So the more they space out the matches, the better this feud is going to be. I don't think they're ready for this feud to go away. It's the hottest feud in the WWE, bar none, hands down. This is a story that we're going to be talking about for decades to come. And that is the one thing that was always missing from the WWE and from wrestling period was long-term storytelling, because that is what gets people interested. That is what gets people turning the channel and putting their eyes on it for the first time. It's because people talk about it. People call their friends, DM, email, text, talk about it at work. Like, man, you got to see this angle and how it played out. It's a perfect way to get new eyes on the product when you have a story that is hot and it's on fire and they haven't even gotten in the ring yet. So everybody is waiting for that championship showdown or that big time matchup. Bad Blood is coming up on October the 5th. 27 years since this happened. First time ever. Hell in a Cell match, Shawn Michaels against The Undertaker. It saw the debut of Kane. It's gotta be Kane. That's gotta be Kane from that goddamn it name redacted. But it's an opportunity for you to have Punk and McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. I also believe they should do Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan in a Hell in a Cell match. And a couple of other ideas are going to probably be thrown around for a Hell in a Cell match, but I don't think they should get too crazy. I don't think they should get too crazy with the Hell in a Cell. If it makes sense, use it. If not, pump the brakes a little bit. You don't need to do every match Hell in a Cell. Doesn't need to be an all Hell in a Cell PLE. But I do believe that that's an opportunity to have the first ever match be in the Hell in a Cell and let that guy from I think it was like Scotland or whatever be clairvoyant and having predicted that this would be in a Hell in a Cell during the post-scrum media for Clash at the Castle, or was that King? Yeah, it was Clash at the Castle. So have them do that. Have them go that route. And what you do is you've inserted Seth Rollins into the program, and then you have something for him to do at SummerSlam, because he's not going to be a part of the title picture based on his loss against Damian Priest. And in the meantime, in between time, he can get into this program with Punk and McIntyre. They can all settle their scores in the ring, and then at the end of the match, the scores really haven't been settled. There's still going to be beef between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. There's still going to be beef between Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. There's still going to be beef between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. So the scores have not been settled, and there haven't really been singles matches either. So then you can still play Drew McIntyre against CM Punk at Bash in Berlin. Follow that up because it's a no contest and they can't get in the ring and do a basic wrestling match. Then you go to Bad Blood and you do Hell in a Cell, and then there's a definitive winner, which I believe you should give to Drew McIntyre, and then they have another match down the line. Keep the ball rolling, but space it out, spread it out, which I believe is what Triple H is doing. I don't think he's in any hurry to let this feud conclude with just 2 or 3 matches. This can be a forever feud. They can be talking about this for years because of how long it was, how there was always there was always a reset, where they might have split up for a little bit and they went their separate ways. They had different types of feuds, but every time they came face to face, you knew the shit was going to hit the fan. It was about to go down, and that's what you look forward to in a feud like this. I'm not in the business of comparisons, okay? That's not what I'm in the business for, but I do have to bring this up because it is the elephant in the room. They could have done this with Adam Cole and MJF, and I've seen a lot of chatter from Dave Meltzer and the like about how they couldn't do this because of injuries and whatnot. You absolutely could have done it that way, and you didn't have to have Adam Cole cost MJF every single match like against Hechicero or whatever. You absolutely could have used this. The way that MJF showed up and just punked out Adam Cole like that, where is Wardlow? Where is the Kingdom? You could have brought them into this scenario and had them attack at MJF. You could have had all of this played out, but they just didn't choose to. But this is a very simple thing that they're doing. They're not using any, there's not really a lot of things that are complex about this program between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, okay? It's not very complex. It's very simple. It's very simple. And a lot of people have complained online about them rehashing the same old thing over and over again. Punk just keeps costing McIntyre a match or the championship. It just happens over and over again. The difference is it's not rehashed because Drew has been getting his comeuppance. He has been one-upping CM Punk, and it's been causing Punk to get into a retaliatory stance and get his lick back. So I will say that I started to think of this idea of the triple threat during WWE Raw this past Monday. And when I was thinking about it, I saw in the ring that when Seth Rollins and CM Punk were going back and forth, that was the most fired up I've seen CM Punk in a long time. When he started explaining why he got in Rollins' business because of McIntyre and that bracelet, I haven't seen that type of intensity from Punk in a while. Since maybe his feud with MJF. So it's been a while. And seeing that Rollins still has some animosity and they're kind of teasing a singles match between those two. Drew McIntyre is kind of in the background for that. Then when Drew McIntyre gets inserted back, Seth Rollins could be brought back. And I just think that for the sake of keeping this feud and keeping Punk and McIntyre in a singles match pushed as far back as possible leading into Bad Blood on October the 5th, then I really think they should go with the triple threat. That's my opinion. I know it's not a popular opinion, but hey, I'm all here for it. I'm a spectator. I'm also a fantasy booker at heart. So if it was up to me and if I had the book, that's something that I would do. That's something that I would gear myself towards. And it's all about the story, guys. Look, if I just wanted a bunch of wrestling matches that had no story and I'm just watching guys get in the ring and just fight, I'd go watch some 2K clips on YouTube. You know, that's the truth. I like story. That's how I grew up. That's how I was programmed. And it doesn't have to be, and I've said this 1,000 times, it doesn't have to be episodic soap opera storytelling and all that. Just give me a reason to care about the wrestlers that are in the ring and why they're fighting. And that's exactly what they're doing with this program right here. It goes back to the Survivor Series when CM Punk returned, that it was Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre that were pissed that CM Punk came back. And here we are, still talking about it, and neither CM Punk or Seth Rollins or CM Punk and Drew McIntyre have been in the ring together. Amazing storytelling that's going on because everybody's still interested. But what do you guys think? Do you think that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre should have their first match at SummerSlam? Do you think it should be a triple threat match? You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Thumbs up on the way out. It's for you guys. Wrestling fans, stay united, and I'll see you soon.